I apologize, everyone. I'm using a lot of different forms of technology at the same time. My Orthodox grandparents would not be happy with that. But this is the way we can be together now this morning. I want to say, everyone say hi to Cantor Peicott.
Shabbat Shalom.
And welcome to everyone who's at home. We're not sure ever how many of you are out there, but we're glad to be with you. And Cantor Peicott and I, Lisa and I, we're glad to be with each other as well.
Yes.
And we always begin, not always, sometimes begin with the words Hine ma tov u'manayim shevet achim gam yachad, which is, to be honest, a song and a verse that I feel very differently about as a result of this quarantine. I used to sing this without much thought or gratitude for what it meant to be able to be together with people we love. And now, unfortunately, we can't, other than our immediate family. So, Hine ma tov u'manayim shevet achim gam yachad has taken on a whole new meaning for me. I'm singing it with a different level of gratitude than usual this morning, and I hope you'll join us. Lisa, Hine ma tov, for those of you who are following along in your prayer books, page 10.
Hine ma tov u'manayim shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tov u'manayim shevet achim gam yachad.
Beautiful. Let's, for those of us who have prayer books now, let's turn to page 175. And for those of you who don't have a prayer book, let me tell you what's there on page 175. This is a collection of blessings that we call Nisim B'chol Yom, the blessings for daily miracles. I think this was very definitely the Rabbi's way of embedding in us a consciousness of gratitude for the most ordinary things that we so often take for granted. And throughout the service, I can't help but draw connections between the way we're all living and this COVID-19 crisis and these 800, 1100, 1300, 2000-year-old, 3500-year-old prayers that comprise our Siddur. The blessings for the daily miracles of life. How different life seems when we realize how much we take ordinary things for granted, like the simple gift of awakening to a new day, the simple gift of good health, the simple gift of food, a job, insurance, someone to be with in the darkness. These simple daily miracles we so often take for granted. And the rabbis through this section of prayers were really saying to us, wake up and count your blessings. So Lisa's going to lead us now, Nisim B'chol Yom, beginning on page 175.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan l'sech v'bina, lebavchin ben yom u'ben layla. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם, פוקח עיוורים. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם, מתיר אסורים. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם, זוקף ככפופים. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם, רוקע הארץ על המים. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם, המכין מצעדי גבר. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם, מלביש ערומים. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם, הנותן לעייף כוח. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם, המעביר שינה מעיני ותנומה מעפעפיי. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם, שעשני בצלם אלוהים. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם, שעשני בת חורין. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם, שעשני ישראל. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם, עוזר ישראל בגבורה. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם, עוטר ישראל בתפארה. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם, אשר קידשנו במצוותיו, וציוונו לעסוק בדברי תורה.
Amen. Beautiful. We count our daily blessings, even now, maybe especially now. And we still find reasons to laugh and sing. And I don't know what your houses are like. Betsy and I have our 30-year-old son, Aaron, living with us, who's been a music lover since he was in diapers. So we're listening to a lot more music in the house than we used to, partly because I used to be a news junkie, but now it's the same 5 minutes of news over and over again. So, and it's pretty depressing. So I'm watching less news and we're listening to more music. And it makes us happy. Last night we cooked dinner together and played Bill Withers songs, by the way, in honor of Bill Withers passing. And music uplifted us. And even now we sing. Of course, maybe not even now, especially now. It's time to sing. And we're going to sing this beautiful psalm of praise, Psalm 150, which for those of you who have prayer books, page 188, the refrain's really easy. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. So Lisa, let's sing.
Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Hallelujah, El Bekodsho. Hallelujah, Birki Avozo. Hallelujah,
It just makes you feel better.
It does.
Something about music. Yishtabach on page 193 for those of you following along in your prayer books. Yishtabach, page 193.
ישתבח שמך לעד מלכנו, האל המלך הגדול והקדוש בשמיים ובארץ, ברוך אתה אדוני, אל מלך גדול בתשבחות, אל ההודעות אדון הנפלאות, הבוחר בשירי זמרה, מלך מלכי העולמים. יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבה,
אמן.
תברך חירותי וימליך מלכותי, בחייכון וביומכון, ובחיי דכל בית ישראל, בעגלה ובזמן קריב, ויאמרו אמן. יהי שמי רבה מבורך, לעלם ולעד מעלמיה, יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא ויתהדר ויתהלל ויתהלל שמי דקודשה בריחו ללמינכו ברכתה ושירתה תושבחתה ונחמתה דאמירן בעלמה ואימרו Amen.
And now we come to the Baruch Hu. Those of you at home who wish to, are able to, please feel free to rise now. I'm going to stay seated, otherwise you'll see a far less flattering part of me than from the shoulders up. So we're going to rise for the Baruch Hu now. Page 195 for those of you who are following along.
Baruch Hu et Adonai hamevorach, Baruch Adonai hamevorach leolam vaed. Baruch Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam yotzer or uvorei choshech עושה שלום ובורא את הכל.
Amen. Page 198, you'll find the Ahava Rabab prayer, and Cantor Peicott is going to realize I'm about to go off script a little bit here, but you can sing Ahava Rabab, right? Okay. I want to say a word about this Ahava Rabab prayer. If I were to say to all of you some Shabbat morning, God is love, you would wonder what happened to your rabbi had he suddenly become an evangelical Christian, because that sounds like such a Christian idea, this idea of God being manifest through love. But it's actually originally a Jewish idea. This prayer, Ahava Rabbah, is a prayer that imagines God in a way that's incredibly loving, and much as people who get married give each other a ring as a symbol of their love and commitment forever, this prayer imagines God gives us the Torah. God gives the Jewish people the Torah as a symbol of God's abiding love for us and of our commitment to each other. And commitment and abiding love are so important right now. Ahava Rabbah, page 198.
Ahava Rabbah tanu Adonai Eloheinu chemla gedola v'tera chamalta aleinu ba'avur avotenu ve'imotenu shebatchu bech ותמדד שבטחו בך ותלמדם חוקי חיים כן תכוננו תלמדנו המרחם רחם עלינו המרחם רחם עלינו. ותן לליבי להבין להשכיל, להבין ולהשכיל לשמוע, ללמוד וללמד, לשמור ולעשות, ולקיים את כל דברי תלמוד תורתך באהבה. והרננו בתורתך, ודבק ליבנו במצוותיך, ויחד לבבינו לאהבה וליראה את שמך, ולא נבוש ולא ניכלם ולא ניכשל לעולם ועד, כי בשם קודשך הגדול והנורא בטחנו, נגילה ונשמחה בישועתך.
The Shema.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Va'ed. We join the Ahava, page 201.
And those of you standing, please feel free to sit down now. Ve'ahavta.
ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך, והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם, בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובישעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם.
Let's read the English for those of you who have it in front of you on page 201. Love Adonai your God with every heartbeat, with every breath, with every conscious act. Keep in mind the words I command you today. Teach them to your children, talk about them at work, whether you are tired or you are rested. Let them guide the work of your hands. Keep them in the forefront of your vision. Do not leave them at the doorway of your house or outside your gate. They are reminders to do all of my mitzvot so that you can be holy for God. I am Adonai, your God. I led you out of Egypt to become your God. I am Adonai, your God. We all know Pesach is coming, Passover is coming in just a few days. Those of you who have your Siddur, page 204, we find the Michamocha, the words according to Torah that our ancestors sang as they successfully crossed from oppression to freedom, from slavery to freedom, through a narrow and frightening sea, being chased by the most powerful army in the world. And these are the words that they sang. I want to share a little important insight from the Talmud about these words as they relate to Pesach, to Passover. The Talmud talks about this moment when the Israelites were celebrating by scolding them. scolding the angels in heaven, because not only were the Israelites celebrating, but the angels in heaven were celebrating too with these words of Michamocha, as they were celebrating with the Israelites who crossed the sea. And God scolds the angels for celebrating and singing, because God says to them, my creatures are drowning in the sea and you want to sing. In other words, how can you be celebrating? How can you be so entirely happy and comfortable when my creatures are suffering and dying? Because even the enemies of our people are people. And I think this is a very important reminder from Talmud about not only considering our own circumstances, but also the circumstances of others, which are often much more dire and frightening than our own. A reminder to reach out and help people who are suffering now in ways that we are not. Michamocha, page 204.
And to add on to what Rabbi Leader was saying with this being words of Passover, today is Shabbat Hagadol. It's the Shabbat that leads up to Passover. And even though the Seder is going to look so different for so many of us, virtually not having the people that we love around us, the one thing that we can always come back to is the music of the Seder and the words of the Haggadot. So this is Michamocha to the tune of Adir Hu to get us ready for Passover.
Michamocha ba'elim Adonai, Michamocha nedar ba'kodesh, Nora tehilot osefele, shira chadasha, shibechu geolim leshimcha, על שפת הים יחד כולם הודו והמליכו ויאמרו אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד. צור ישראל קומה בעזרת ישראל ופדי חינומך יהודה וישראל גואלנו אדוני צבאות שמו קדוש ישראל ברוך אתה אדוני גאל ישראל.
And now, again, for those of you with Sidurim, we begin the Amidah on page 205. Those of you who wish to do so, please rise.
Adonai sefatai tiftach ufi yagi teilatecha Baruch ata Adonai Eloheinu ve'Elohei avoteinu v'imotenu Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Ve'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Ve'Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor Ve'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, Ve'Konei HaKol, Ve'Zocher Chastei Avot Ve'Imahot, ומביא גאולה לבני בניהם למען שמו באהבה מלך עוזר ומושיע ומגן ברוך אתה אדוני מגן אברהם בעזרת שרה אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני מחיי הכל אתה רב להושיע משיב הרוח ומוריד הגשם מכלכל חיים בחסד, מחיי הכל ברחמים רבים, תומך נופלים ורופא חולים, ומתיר אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו לשני עפר, מי כמוך בעל גבורות, ומי דומה לך, מלך מימי ומחיה ומצמיח ישוע ונאמן אתה להחיות הכל. ברוך אתה אדוני מחיי הכל.
We continue with the Kedusha on page 208.
נקדש את שמך בעולם, כשם שמקדישים אותו, בשמי מרום, ככתוב על יד נביאך, וקרא זה אל זה ואמר, קדוש, 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 אדוני צבאות, מלוא כל הארץ כבודו. אדיר אדירנו, אדוני אדוננו, מדיר שמך בכל הארץ, ברוך כבוד אדוני במקומו. אחד הוא אלוהינו, הוא אבינו ומלכנו, הוא מושיענו והוא ישמיענו, ברחמיו לעיני כל חי. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, ימלוך אדוני לעולם, אלוהי ציון לדור ודור. הללויה. לדור ודור, לדור ודור, לדור ודור נגיד גודלך. לדור ודור, לדור ודור, לדור ודור נגיד גודלך. ולנצח נצחים, ולנצח נצחים, קדושתך, קדושתך נקדיש, ושבחך אלוהינו, מפינו לא ימוש, לעולם, לעולם ועד. ברוך אתה אדוני, האל הקדוש.
And now we continue with the rest of the Amidah silently, pages 212 through 219, and we'll give everyone plenty of time now to just pause and enter into our own inner world of prayer. Sim Shalom.
שים שלום, טובה וברכה. שים שלום, טובה וברכה. שים שלום, טובה וברכה. שים שלום, טובה וברכה. חן וחסד, חן וחסד ורחמים, ורחמים עלינו ועל כל ישראל. עמך shalom, tova uvracha. Sim shalom, tova uvracha.
Beautiful. Very beautiful. Thank you, Lisa. Page 244, for those of you who have your Siddur. We enter now into the crown jewel of the Shabbat morning service, the Torah for the service for the reading of Torah. Page 244, for those of you who have it. Cantor Peicott's going to lead us through our Torah service, and I'll have just a few words of introduction before she chants Torah, and then we'll hear Torah and Haftarah, and then I'll be doing some teaching about Torah and Pesach and COVID-19, all mixed into one. Okay, Torah service, page 244.
Ein kamocha va'elohim Adonai, ve'ein kema'asecha, malechutecha malchut kol olamim, u'memshaltecha b'chol dor v'dor. Adonai melech, Adonai malach, Adonai yimloch le'olam va'ed. Adonai oz le'amo yitein, Adonai yevarech et amo v'shalom. Av harachamim heitiv avirtzoncha et Zion, tivnei chomot Yerushalayim, tivnei chomot Yerushalayim, ki vecha levad batachnu, melech eram v'nisa, Adon olamim. Ki mitzion teitzei Torah, ki mitzion teitzei Torah, udevar Adonai mi Yerushalayim. Baruch shenatan Torah, Torah, Baruch shenatan Torah, Torah, le'amo Yisrael b'kedushato. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai echad. Echad Eloheinu, Gadol Adonenu, Kadosh Shemo, Gadlu l'Adonai iti, uneromema Shemo yachdav. Lecha Adonai hagidula, v'hagivura, v'hatiferet, v'hanetzach, v'hachod. Ki chol b'shamayim u'va'aretz, ki chol b'shamayim u'va'aretz. Lecha Adonai hamamlacha ve'hamitnaseh lechol lerosh.
Okay, so in just a moment, we're going to hear the words of this week's Torah portion, Sav, chanted. As the Cantor already mentioned, this is called Shabbat Hagadol, the Great Sabbath. This was actually one of only two Shabbatot historically during the year that a rabbi actually gave a sermon. Once was before the High Holy Days to talk about preparing for Teshuvah, and the other was the Shabbat before Passover called Shabbat Hagadol, the Great Sabbath. And really it was a teaching sermon to remind everyone of all the laws of Kashrut for Passover. This Torah portion might in a way seem like it has nothing to do with all of the restrictions of Passover, but in a way I think it does, and here's the way. This is a Torah portion about sacrifice, the do's and don'ts, the instruction manual for how to do certain sacrifices during the time of the Torah. An animal sacrifice was our ancestors' form of prayer. It was the original form of prayer. It was an offering to God. It was a way of getting nearer and closer to God. Now, what could this possibly have to do with Passover? Well, Passover originally had nothing to do with a Seder. A Seder is a much later creation. The Seder is modeled after a Roman feast, which was much later than the time of the Torah. Passover during the time of the Torah was the sacrificing of a korban pesach, a paschal lamb, the sacrificing of a lamb, which was eaten by your family, by the community, and some by the priests in the presence of God. It was a coming together, a drawing near, a being closer, that was the direct result of a sacrifice. That sometimes the sacrifices we make are actually the things that bring us the closest together and give us the deepest kind of connection. So I think in a very special way, this Torah portion about sacrifice has a lot to do with Pesach and a lot to do with our lives right now, because the sacrifices we're making of giving up our outer lives, I think, are doing something quite beautiful to our inner lives. So we begin. Cantor Peicott, take us away.
We're going to start at the end of our Torah portion. We're going to start in Aliyah 6, which can be found in verse 22 of chapter 8.
ברכו את אדוני המבורך.
Baruch Adonai Hamborach Leolam Vaed.
ברוך אדוני המבורך לעולם ועד. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם, אשר בחר בנו מכל העמים ונתן לנו את תורתו. ברוך אתה אדוני נותן התורה.
Amen.
אמן. ויקרב את האיל השני אל המילואים, ויקסמכו אהרון ובניו את ידיהם על ראש האיל, וישחט, ויקח משה מדמו, ויתן על תנוך אוזן אהרון הימנים, ועל בוהן ידו הימנים, ועל בוהן רגלו הימנית. ויקרב את בני אהרון, ויתן משה מן הדם על תנוך אוזנם הימנים, ועל בוהן ידם הימנים, ועל בוהן רגלם הימנים. ויזרוק משה את הדם על המזבח סביב, ויקח את החלב ואת העוליה ואת כל החלב אשר על הקרב, ואת יותרת הכבד, ואת שתי הכליות, ואת חלביהן, ואת שוק הימנים, ומשל המצות אשר לפניכם אדוני לקח, חלך מצה אחת וחלת לחם שמן אחת ברקים אחד, וישם על החלבים ועל שוק הימנים, וייתן את הכל על כפי אהרון ועל כפי בניו, וינוף אותם תנופה לפני אדוני. ויקח משה אותם מעל כפיהם, ויקטר המזבח על העולה, מילואימכם לריח ניחוח, ישחו לאדוני. ויקח משה את חזה, ונפתחו תנופה לפני אדוני, מאל המילואים למשה היה למנה כאשר ציווה אדוני את משה. ויקח משה משמן המשחה ומן הדם אשר על המזבח ויעז על אהרון על בגדיו ועל בניו ועל בגדי בניו איתו ויקדש את אהרון את בגדיו ואת בניו ואת בגדי בניו איתו ויאמר משה אל אהרון ואל בניו בשלו את הבשר פתח אוהל מועד ושם תאכלו אותו ואת הלחם אשר בסל המילואים כאשר ציוויתי לאמור אהרון ובניו יאכלו והנותר בבשר ובלחם באש תשרופו ומפתח אוהל מועד לא תצאו 7 ימים על יום מלאת ימי מילואיכם כי 7 ימים ימלא את ידיכם כאשר עשה ביום הזה ציווה אדוני לעשות לכפר עליכם ופתח אוהל מועד תשבו יומם ולילה 7 ימים.
Am I back?
Yeah, you're back. We lost you.
We lost you. You lost all that good Torah reading.
No, I got most of it, but then something
good.
happened and you just froze.
Oh, well, I read it all.
I'm sure you did. Should we do a little Haftarah?
Yeah, let's do the blessing after.
ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם אשר נתן לנו תורת אמת וחיי עולם נטע בתוכנו ברוך אתה אדוני נותן התורה.
Amen.
Beautiful.
Now we
So the
move right up.
Haftarah.
I want to stop you for a moment.
Sure.
Because I think we should add a Misha Berach today and do it between Torah and Haftarah. Those of you who have a Siddur, page 253, in the middle of the page, you'll find the Misha Berach. And I've said this a lot, and I won't belabor the point today, but this is a prayer we recite on behalf of people we love who are ill and suffering. And one of the things that we've learned very clearly already, just 3 or 4 weeks into this pandemic, is the way one person suffering can create anxiety and stress for others. Most of us at this point know someone who knows someone who's been personally, affected by COVID-19. And of course, in a way, it's spread to all of us because we're all acting as if, which is the best way to act if we want to save lives. But the Misha Berach long ago recognized the interconnectedness and the connectivity of illness, how the afflicted person is connected in so many ways to so many others, and they to him or her. We really are in it together. And this Misha Berach prayer we recite on behalf of people we love who are ill because we feel their pain in many ways. And we want them to feel our love. Middle of page 253, for anyone now who has someone who's ill, whom they'd like us collectively to sing the Misha Berach for, let's just pause for a moment, call that person to mind, say his or her name out loud, and then we'll begin.
Misha Berach Avotenu Mekor HaBracha Leimotenu. May the source of strength who bless the ones before us. Help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Mi shebeirach imotenu mekor habracha le'avotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen.
Now we move to Haftarah, which, by the way, I can't help myself from commenting, is also an example of something important to remember right now, a Jewish proclivity. Why do we have Haftarah? Because there was a time under Roman occupation when Jews were forbidden. It was illegal, punishable by torture and death, to study Torah in public. And so in order to save lives, and yet to continue in some way with the most important of our values, the rabbis chose a section of the prophets, generally, that had a similar theme to each week's Torah portion. And we chanted Haftarah instead of Torah as a way of staying connected without endangering the Jewish community. That's how Haftarah was born. So in a way, it's sort of fitting it. And by the way, people liked it, and it stayed long after the Roman occupation until today. So some of the things we're doing today as accommodations are going to come to be beautiful and permanent in Jewish life, which will be great because then I can always lead services in my socks. So let's begin with Haftarah. Lisa, go ahead.
This is the Haftarah for Shabbat Hagadol. It's a special Haftarah, and we're going to start at verse 16, which, as Rabbi Leader mentioned, our tradition has a beautiful way of promising this hope, that even in the worst of times, that there's always a promise of hope. And sure enough, in this Haftarah, which takes place during a dark period of time, there is the promise of Eliyahu Hanavi, Eliyahu Elijah the prophet, who will come and who will rescue us. And not that someone will actually come and rescue us, but that there's always that glimmer of hope within every dark circumstance, that we always have that glimmer of hope. So we're starting at verse 16, but before that, we'll start the blessings, which if you're following along, on page 254.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar b'neviim tovim v'ratza v'divreihem הנאמרים באמת. Baruch atah Adonai הבוחר בתורה ובמשה עבדו ובישראל עמו ובנביאי האמת והצדק. אז נדברו יראי אדוני איש רעהו ויקשב אדוני וישמע וייכתב ספר זיכרון לפניו ליראי אדוני ולחושב שמו. והיו לי אמר אדוני צבאות ליום אשר אני עושה סגולה וחמתי עליהם כאשר יחמול איש על בנו העובד אותו. ושבתם וריתם בין צדיק לרשע בין עובד לאשר לא עבדו, כי הנה היום בא בוער כתנור, והיו כל זדים וכל עושה רישה קש, וליחת אותם היום הבא, אמר אדוני צבאות, אשר לא יעזוב להם שורף בענף, וזרח לכם ירא שמי, שמש צדקה ומרפא בכנפיך, ביצעתם ופשתם כגלי מרפק, ועשותם רשעים יהיו אפר תחת כפות רגליכם, ביום אשר אני עושה, אמר אדוני צבאות. זכרו תורת משה עבדי, אשר ציוויתי אותו בחורב על כל ישראל, חוקים ומשפטים. הנה אנוכי שולח לכם את אליה הנביא לפני בוא יום אדוני הגדול והנורא, והשיב לבבות על בנים ולב בנים על אבותם, פן אבוא והכיתי את הארץ חרם. הנה אנוכי שולח לכם את אליה הנביא לפני בוא יום אדוני הגדול והנורא. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם, צור כל העולמים, צדיק בכל הדורות, האל הנאמן, האומר ועושה, המדבר ומקיים, שכל דבריו אמת וצדק, על התורה ועל העבודה ועל הנביאים ועל יום השבת הזה שנתת לנו אדוני אלוהינו, לקדושה ולמנוחה, לכבוד ותפארת על הכל. אדוני אלוהינו, אנחנו מודים לך ומברכים אותך, יתברך שמך בפי כל חי תמיד לעולם ועד. ברוך אתה אדוני מקדש השבת.
Amen. Beautifully done. Thank you so much. Welcome again to everyone who's there watching from home. I wish I could see you. Cantor Peicott wishes she could see you. We wish we could all not just see but be with each other. But I'm glad you're with us in this way. I'm glad to be with you in this way. If I had to give my teaching session this morning a name, a title, I would call it From Fear to Hope. From Fear to Hope, which is the direction in which I think we all should and would like to be moving, from fear to hope. So let's talk about endings for a moment. How do Jews commemorate an ending? And let's start with what's going to be happening in our homes later this week for our Seders. Let's talk about the end of the Seder first. So we all know that the Seder ends by opening a door and welcoming Elijah the prophet into our homes. And for those of us with small children or grandchildren, we like to play a little game that Elijah actually visited, and we pour a little wine out of the cup when the kids aren't looking. And they're pretty sure we pulled some kind of trick on them, but they're not 100% sure that Elijah didn't come. And we have a lot of fun with this, but it actually symbolizes something very deep and very powerful. The Talmud says the reason we open the door on the first and second night of Pesach is that this is the day, now I'm quoting Talmud, when all of Israel is fearless. When all of Israel is fearless, and opening the door wide to the outside world is a sign of fearlessness. Because not unlike today, although for completely different reasons, your ancestors and mine often feared the outside world. It was a dangerous place for them to be. And so we seldom opened our doors widely to the outside world. So this symbol of opening the door for Elijah is at the end of the Seder is always seen as a sense of fearlessness. And then what does Elijah represent? What are we welcoming in by being fearless? Elijah, who's considered the prophet of hope, the prophet who's going to bring the time of the Messiah, this beautiful utopian existence on earth. So when we're fearless by opening, we invite hope. Now, that's the end of Seder. Let's look at some other endings. I thought, where else in Judaism do we see this idea that endings are somehow very, very beautiful beginnings, right? So let's think about Shabbat itself. The week ends with Shabbat, this beautiful opening that happens when we stop busying ourselves with so much of what we do all week, every week. So the week ends with Shabbat. And now what does Shabbat end with? Shabbat ends with Havdalah, this beautiful, hopeful ceremony that involves wine, spices, a braided candle, all these beautiful symbols of creation and of God. And what do we sing at the end of Havdalah? Eliyahu Hanavi. Again, through this ending, we're welcoming in hope. Endings and hope are always intertwined in Judaism. I'll give you another example. At the end of a Shiva, after 7 days of Shiva, for traditional families, and I've done this for many Wilshire families, the rabbi comes the morning of the seventh day and literally walks the family around the neighborhood, walking the family back into life. The end of Shiva is the beginning of opening the door and walking back out into life and into the light. It's done in the morning. Another example, we say goodbye in Hebrew, but the word to say goodbye in Hebrew doesn't mean goodbye. There really is no word for goodbye in Hebrew. The word we use is lehitraot, which means till we see each other again. I'll see you again. It's impossible to have a final goodbye in Hebrew. Instead, goodbye is said with this sense of hope that we'll see each other again. Lehitraot. It's a reflexive verb. It's back and forth. So even the way we say goodbye is embedded with hope. And finally, what is the national anthem of the Jewish people? Hatikvah, which in English means the hope. So if you start to look at endings, every ending is infused with the hope of a beautiful new beginning. And then, of course, how does the Seder literally end? Since we began with the ending of the Seder, opening the door to Eliyahu, the prophet of hope, ridding ourselves of fear in order to invite hope in. The Seder, the last words of the Seder, of course, are Bashana haba b'Yerushalayim. Next year in Jerusalem. That next year we will be all together in a better place. For me, my Jerusalem, what I'll be thinking about when I say Bashana Haba Yerushalayim this year, I won't be thinking only about the physical place, the literal Jerusalem. I'll be thinking about the Jerusalem of being able to next year gather around the table with family and friends. I'll be thinking about the Jerusalem of next year, children being back in school and all of us back doing the work we love and having fun together, being together. So for me, that's the hopeful Jerusalem I'll be thinking about when I say Bashana Haba B'Yerushalayim. So here we have it. Every ending, even the ending of life as we knew it before, is embedded deeply with hope and with promise for a more beautiful future, filled with gratitude for what was and what will be again. Shabbat Shalom, everyone. I want to say a special thank you to our Cantor Lisa Peicott, who's doing just so much amazing work with the temple and putting out so much great content now. And she's one of the millennials on the team that is so helpful, not just to me, but to all of us who are a little bit older and kind of dragged kicking and screaming into the world of technology. So I want to personally thank you for that, Lisa. You've helped me without rolling your eyes too often.
You're very welcome.
And Don Levy, who none of you out there can see or hear, but I promise you wouldn't be able to see or hear Cantor Peicott or me without Don Levy, who's our head of communications. Don has literally been working night and day around the clock, supporting all of us who need to be online to be with all of you. He has done it like a soldier, tirelessly and without complaint. So Don, I hope you're listening. You have my thanks. You have Cantor Peicott's thanks. You have the thanks of the entire Wilshire Boulevard Temple community for everything that you've done. Okay, let's go to the Aleinu now. Those of you who have prayer books, page 288. I'm sorry, page 282. Page 282. And I ask that those of you who wish to do so and can, please rise. You'll find the Aleinu again on page 282.
עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם. ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא, ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא, ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו
And now it's time for us to enter into moments of Kaddish and memory. I was talking just a couple minutes ago about how in Judaism these endings are always embedded with a certain amount of hope. And there was a point I wanted to make that I forgot to make that my friend Deborah pointed out to me yesterday in an email after my Torah study session that was online. We were talking about this idea of hope, of optimism, and she's a therapist, and she made the point that hope and optimism are actually learned behaviors. That if you act like an optimistic and hopeful person, it actually helps you become an optimistic and hopeful person. And I think that's also part of the beauty of this idea of endings being beautiful beginnings or important beginnings being embedded in Jewish ritual, like Shabbat observance, like Havdalah, like Simchat Torah, for example, where you end and begin. That it's actually meant to be a prescribed behavior because in the doing comes the believing. And I think this is true of Kaddish as well. when we least feel optimistic and hopeful, when we hurt the most, when we least feel like affirming the goodness and the greatness of God and life, when we want to sink into the ground ourselves, the tradition commands us to stand up and be grateful for the lives that were and through memory are. And that's what we do when we say Kaddish. And so I'm going to be reading first the names of the loved ones of the temple who have died during this Shloshim, this past 30 days, followed by the names of those whose Yortzites, the anniversary of whose deaths, were commemorated during this past week. Sue Dorff, Marty Feldman, Fred Goldman, Martin Grover, Beverly Jacobs, Robert Klein, Jerome Mushin, Vera Salomons, Shirley Schwartz, Larry Schwimmer, Natalie Stein, Aurelia Martinez Tapia. Those are the loved ones of our congregation who have died during the past Shloshim, 30 days. We read now the names of those whose Yortzites, the anniversary of whose deaths, were commemorated during this past week. Cindy Bender, Evan Bennett, Joseph Barrow, Mary Jane Berry, Aaron Birkin, Ben Cohn, Betty Coleman, Erica Cotter, David Eidinger, Nikki Engelman, Victor Eppert, Mausa Farhadi, Raymond Feldman, Dave Fox, Ruth Frumovitz, Alvin Galpert, Bill Gilbert, Gladys Ginsburg, Nicholas Gluckin, Bill Golder, Elizabeth Gottlieb, Mark Greenstein, Annie Greenwald, Bernard Greenwald, Milton Gumpert, Eleanor Haas, Nori Habibian, Rose Hamburger, Mary Jo Hamburger, Betty Heisler, Adolf Hoffman, Hyman Hoffman, Ruth Hoffman, Rita Howard, Judah Jaffe, Felix Judah, Edwin Kahn, Beverly Kay, Helen Kelson, Sally Cobrine, Robert Koshner, Richard Colwin, Paul Lampert, Margot Lee, Dorothy Levine, William Levitt, Emmanuel Lewis, Charles Lieber, Rose Linker, Gilbert Leiser, William Lohenberg, Alice Malin, Marjorie Marin, Marcus Marin, Belle Miller, Hal Minter, Milton Nuttleman, Nathan Nordell, Albert Nussbacher, Rosalind Ostrovsky, Grace Pollock, Boris Porter, Dorothy Rothman, Grace Rubenstein, Marshall Sapphire, Bernard Schiff, James Schlesinger, Abraham Shapiro, Rosina Scher, Ione Siegel, Leah Siegel, Edmund Somech, Ruth Schwartzbaum, Herschel Tenenbaum, Eleanor Uslan, Norma Walkman, Mervyn Wallach, and Mashallah Yaganen. For those of you who have names of loved ones that I didn't read that you want to say Kaddish in honor of today, I'm saying Kaddish today in honor of my childhood friend Sam Lieberman, who died 2 days ago. And we also call to mind those we don't know, who have no one to say Kaddish for them, those who have been the victims of this terrible virus and so many other forms of tragic death all over the world. And we call the world to mind today as we say Kaddish. Please join us now on page 294. We'll join together in Kaddish. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabba ve'alma divrach hirutei v'yamlich malchutei v'chayechon v'yomechon v'chayei d'chol beit Yisrael v'agalau v'zman kari v'imru amen. Yehei shmei Rabba mevorach le'olam u'al me'al maya yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitomam v'yitnaseh v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shemei d'kutsha b'richu le'elam min kol birchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata damiran be'alma v'yimeru amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya v'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'yimeru amen. Say shalom bimromav v'yaseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'yimeru amen.
We conclude our service with the prayer of peace, Oseh Shalom, even though we can't all be here together, that we have our virtual arms extended around each other. Oseh Shalom bimromav, Uyaseh Shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'yimru amen. Yaseh Shalom, Shalom aleinu,
before we conclude, we're going to do Kiddush. Lisa, do you have any challah there?
I'm ready to go.
Okay, good. You never fail. A word about this Kiddush cup, this Kiddush cup that I have. This Kiddush cup is about 40 years old, and it comes from Florence, Italy. It was given to me by a friend who had it made there for me 40 years ago. And Florence is a city where Betsy and I spent a fair amount of time, and we have some very close friends there. And as difficult as our situation may seem at times, I assure you, our friends in Italy have it much worse. And here we are saying Kiddush with this cup from Florence. And, you know, I can't help but see symbolism everywhere. This is another example of finding hope within a difficult circumstance. This beauty that is Florence is now used for Kiddush, for thanking God for that, everything that's still sweet in our lives. And that's not a bad way to live, to being grateful for everything that is still sweet in life. Join us in Kiddush.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen. L'chaim.
L'chaim, everyone.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen. B'te'avon.
B'te'avon. Shabbat shalom, everyone.
Shabbat shalom.
I hope those of you who are watching will join Cantor Peicott for Havdalah tonight at 7 o'clock. Again, get there the same way you got to this. And keep looking at all of our online content. I taught yesterday for an hour about the symbolism of Passover. Go back and find that. Find our Friday night service from last night. Look around. There's a lot there to help us all. Shabbat shalom, everyone. Cantor Peicott, thank you again.
Shabbat shalom.
Enjoy the rest of the day. Don Levy, thank you as always for your amazing work. Shabbat shalom, everyone. Bye, Lisa.
Bye.